We're live. We're live now. We're live now.
Yes, we are.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Apologies about the issues we had earlier, and so we are back now to the February edition of the FLT show. I'm so happy to be here today. And thank you for joining us once again. Sorry about the itch we had earlier. Okay, yeah. Kemi Agbeyemi, thank you for joining. Thank you. So today we are going to be looking at the topic, what does love mean to you? What does love mean to you? We are in the love season, you know. And so we have a very, very special guest in the house. She's in the person of Mrs. Kemi Odutayo, aka DSK. Wow. So I'll quickly go into our profile, and I would say thank you for coming on the show. I do not take this for granted. I appreciate you. Thank you for all you do, your support, your encouragement, and everything. Thank you so much. God bless you. Yeah. So Mrs. Kemi Odutayo is a graduate from the University of Lagos, a past alumni and presently a faculty member of the Attitude Development Institute.
Hello. Wow.
She's a certified family system engineer and neuro-linguistic programming practitioner from the School of Family and Sex Education and the auspicious Innocent Minds Institute, respectively. She's also a certified counselor of International Institute of Faith-Based Counseling, USA. She's presently the lead counselor at Me4 Counseling Services, a private counseling practice. At Me4 Counseling, she and a team of other seasoned professionals help clients gain clarity to make decisions to achieve their desired outcome. Amongst their services are lifestyle trainings and relationship coaching, especially in affair recovery. She's passionate about people and their relationship issues, and she has authored 3 novel-like books to help both couples and singles navigate their relationships purposefully and successfully. So once again, please join me to welcome Mrs. Kemi Odutayo. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be on FTP. Wow, Family Life Today program. It's an honor, it's a privilege. Thanks for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So, like we all know, we're in the love season. Though as much as love is, not to be relegated to a particular day or a particular season, but, worldwide, we celebrate Valentine as a love day and in February. And so it is, our love is supposed to be an everyday thing. We all agree and know, okay? But we still want to acknowledge that fact, and in commemoration of the Valentine's Day or Valentine's Month, which is this month, February, we are looking at the topic, what does love mean to you? Without wasting much time, we'll go straight into our discussion for this evening. So over to you, our guest. What exactly is love? Is there anything, we have a lot of qualifiers for love. You hear fake love, true love, genuine love. Are there variations to love? Are there dimensions, to love? Are there shades of love? what exactly?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that question. And here I am, E-Red. So that's interesting. So you ask the question, the topic says, what is love to you? What is love to you? In other words, that question is kind of personalizing what love means to you. But when we want to look at it generally, what is love? Because you ask a question, very, very important question, that is there different variations of love? And as we can see, truly there are, because you mentioned different forms of selfish love, different forms of love. But what is love in itself? What is love in itself? And love in itself is developing a strong emotional feeling of affection and attachment to a particular person. Developing a strong emotional feeling towards another person. That is love. That is love in itself. But there are now several variations to it. A love can be fake. In other words, that means that person can be faking this emotion we are talking about. Faking an attachment to a particular person, maybe because of ulterior motive. But when we are talking about genuine love, that means there can be other fake love. If there is a reason, there is always a counterfeit of it. And that's why we can assume that there are several variations of love. And that's the way we humans have made it to be. But love in itself is the development of strong attachment, a strong commitment, a strong feeling of attachment to another person. That is love. But because of the way people of human nature, we now have different variation to it. It's just like, again, is there an original 1,000 naira note? Yes. And then there are so many fake. There is a dirty 1,000 naira note. There is a crispy 1,000 naira note. There is a fake 1,000 naira note. And that's how we have the variation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So love is actually love. It stands out as love. Any other is, it's counterfeit. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So can we talk more about the euphoria? That's a feeling, attached with love. Most people think that that is what love is about. They think it's just in the feeling, kind of. And so when the feeling is no more there, people feel they've gone out of love, and that kind of a thing. How can people how can is it all about just a feeling, so that when we are no more feeling it, then it means we're out of love? Is that what love is about?
Okay, when we are talking about love, and we are talking about that development of a strong feeling of attachment to a particular person. At the initial stage, when that is done, there are some hormones that are involved. When you are feeling this kind of feeling, when you are in your feelings, so to speak, there is a part of the lower region of the brain called the hypothalamus that produces this hormone called oxytocin, among other hormones. And these hormones are the feel-good hormones that at the earliest stage of that relationship or that attachment, there is that feeling of you are feeling so good, you are feeling so high. It's all about the emotion. We are calling that one the emotional love. It usually occurs at the beginning of a relationship, or even we can call it the honeymoon phase in a marriage. It's all about the feeling. Everybody is in their feeling. But that alone does not qualify true love. That alone does not qualify genuine love. Because that feeling, as we all know, feelings are fickle. Feelings are fickle, and they are determined by the happenings around you. Today you are feeling good. The oxytocin is so high because it has actually been researched. It has actually been researched that when they make a research on people that are in love, people that are into relationship, that level of oxytocin is quite higher in them than in their normal counterpart. So that happens. But these hormones goes down with time. Feelings change with time. Feelings change with happening around you. So what you do to maintain in that relationship is you have to move from that emotional kind of love to an intentional kind of love. From an emotional kind of love to an intentional kind of love. And if we are all comfortable with these spaces, and in every relationship, every marital relationship, they are in phases, they are in stages. The honeymoon phase is there, where you have that emotional love. When both of you said I do on that stage, the feeling is so much. Have you ever wondered when you are into a relationship, you are so much in love with each other? One person is living in Ikorodu, the other is living in Lekki. That distance is nothing.
Nothing.
The guy can drive you to your house in Lekki, drop you, gisted, then he come back to his own place in Ikorodu. That's the euphoria. That's the emotional kind of love. But after some time, especially maybe when you are married, even telling him to bring something from the bedroom to the sitting room, or telling her to bring something from the kitchen to the sitting room, the distance is quite all of a sudden. And that's where we have to turn from that emotional love. We have to develop into an intentional love, a love that involves commitment and decision. I don't know whether you have heard of this saying. It's always said that follow your heart, especially in matters of the heart, in relationships. Follow your heart, but do what? Take your brain with you. That's the intentional part. That's the intentional part. Follow your heart. Follow your heart, but take your brain with you.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it's all about intentionality. It's all about intentionality. Feeling it will disappear.
Exactly,
it will disappear. So it's just all about intentionality. That is what can sustain marriages. That is what can sustain relationships after the feelings of,
it can disappear and you can make it reappear. Yes.
Exactly. And then sustain it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So studies show that there is a change in the type of love in partnership, or in a partnership, from romantic passion to passionate love early in the relationship. I think that's just what we just talked about. And then it goes to companionate love later on. So how can people get it smooth and not depend only on euphoria? We talked about intentionality. What are the things people can do to be intentional about sustaining romantic love in relationships after this feeling has worn out?
Okay, the first thing we need to know, and it's quite unfortunate that in our time and generation, most of us we just have that belief that immediately you say I do on that altar, everything goes fine and you live happily ever after. Well, in actual fact, that's where the work actually starts. You see a medical doctor, she went to school for 6-7 years, housemanship, before she can be qualified in that field of occupation. You see a chemical engineer going to university, you see, talk about any career path you want to go to. We actually go into it to study it, and that's why we can be a professional in that aspect. But marriage is the only institution that we practically bag our BSc, we bag our MRS and MR without actually studying for it. And there is this principle that you can't harvest where you did not invest. Learning on the job. You can't harvest where you do not invest. So if we can get to that point of intentionality, starting from your singlehood stage, starting from when you are single, to learn about the principles and the institution of marriage. Good marriages doesn't just happen. It involves two intentional people. They might be imperfect, but they are intentional. They are intentional about acquiring knowledge. Because if you acquire knowledge, you will know that it's inevitable that disagreement will come. How do you handle conflict resolution? What I'm driving at is that knowledge is key. We need to learn. We need to get to a state that we prepare for marriage and not wedding. And what we see these days is a lot of people preparing for wedding. They spend so much on photo shoot. They spend so much on the hall. They spend so much on doing so much time on doing choreography with their friends. And I'm not against all that. It makes the occasion beautiful. but it's just an occasion. Wedding is just a day, but we can see how much preparation goes into it. But we should go from that to actually prepare for the marriage, for that marital union. We should go and prepare for marriage. And how do we do this? Is by acquiring knowledge. If we acquire knowledge, we will know that marriage is in season, marriage is in phasing, so that when you are not in season 1, you will not just give up when you are facing some challenges and you won't be able to reach season 2 or season 3. Marriage is in phasing. Marriage is in phasing. But when you are intentional, you take time out, you invest in knowledge and time out to learn. Go for premarital counseling, have marriage mentors to know the intricacies of marriage. Marriage is simple, and marriage can be a very happy one if you can only be intentional about it.
Wow. So it is all about being intentional. It's all about being intentional. And preparation is key. Acquiring knowledge is key. Yeah. It's just like, it is likened to pregnancy and having a baby. Most of the time, the pregnancy is, you feel it a lot, but you get a lot of pampering here and there. But by the time the baby comes, that's where the real work starts. Having to awake in the night, carrying the baby up and down, you have to lose sleep, a lot of things you have to, eat well to be able to feed the baby well, a lot of things happen. So that's where the real work is. So it's same with marriage. Preparation is key, intentionality is key, and then seeking knowledge in all that gets
understanding. Can I say one thing?
Very for going into, and even while in marriage itself, it's also very, very important to seek knowledge and get enlightened from time to time. Thank you very much. So love. Is love alone, is it enough to sustain a relationship or marriage? Should singles marry for love alone? And also, can marriages sail through just based on, I love him, he loves me alone?
Just like the topic of today's day, it now all depends on what is love to you. If love to you is just about the euphoria, it's just about the feeling, love is not enough. If to you, love is only about the feeling, I will categorically tell you today that love is not enough, because that love will be tried and tested until you get from that emotional love that is all about in your feeling. You get to intentional love that is all about commitment, compromise, and making sacrifices. Then that's when we can say that love will be enough, because that love will be teachable. That love will see the other's progress. That love will want to do what it be for the team. That love will recognize that their marital union is a teamwork. It's not a selfish love. It's not just about somebody. So just like I was saying the other time, love wouldn't be enough if it's just about the emotion. No, it's not. And in this age and time, you see a lot of people you ask them, what are you looking for in a future partner? You see some telling you that they love them tall, 6-pack, or the guys will say they love figure 8. And I don't think there's any couple that has been married for any length of time, that are happily married for any length of time, that when you are asking them what is the secret of your long time relationship, and the lady will tell you it's the 6-pack, because all those things change along the way. Neither will you see the guy that will tell you that our marriage lasts this long because my wife is very beautiful. That won't be the case. So what necessarily make you happy doesn't necessarily make you better. The emotional love is about what makes you happy. But when we are talking about intentional love, it's actually about what makes you better. And when we are talking about the institution of marriage, and the person that instituted it, God himself, God is into the business first of making you a better person. than making you a happy person. But when you are now being intentional, you will get to a stage that that thing that is making for a better marriage, for a better you, that thing will begin to make you happy because you are seeing results. Because you are seeing results. So love, the euphoria, the feeling, being in your feeling, catching feelings is not enough to sustain it. You have to know that your values have to align. Because you see people with love, that love will die with time. Because love can die. Love can die when the issues of life and both of you are not able to agree, you are not able to come together as a couple. You know, there's one basic thing that I so much believe that we keep that relationship, that we sustain it, that we keep it going, is intimacy. Some people will call you into me, you see, or into your mate. Until you are intimate with your mate, until there is that connection. And all this starts from that moment you say, I do. I do is not the end of the matter. I do is the beginning. In actual fact, until you get to that level that you are intimate with your spouse, with your partner, into me you see, into your mate, a place of acceptance, a place of being naked and not ashamed, a place of I know you, but I accept you, and I'm into this for the long haul. That is the only feeling, that's the only commitment that can sustain a marital relationship. Not just the euphoria, not just the feeling. Feeling is not enough. Feeling can't be enough. You have to evolve from emotional love to intentional love. I hope I've been able to answer that question.
Okay, thank you very much. Even though I lost you a bit, I think it's a but I've been able to, you know, I've gotten a lot from that. So it's intimacy is key, you know, in sustaining a romantic relationship. Intimacy is key, and also one thing I got also from that is being able to, you know, the place of that intentionality is being willing, you know, to put in 100% on both sides.
Yes.
Exactly. You know, whether the feeling is there or the feeling in and out of feelings, you are consistently putting in your 100% to sustain the marriage, to sustain the relationship. Intimacy also is key, and also values aligning. And this doesn't just happen by itself. It happens by constant communication. Constant communication, strategizing together, talking together from time to time, and, you know, being willing to improve on oneself and improve the relationship itself. Thank you very much. So what's the relationship between love and commitment? Does it mean that once I love somebody, I'm committed to that person automatically? Because we see a lot of wuru here everywhere.
Okay, when we are talking about the new love, that's the love we are saying that have to evolve from emotional love to intentional love. This love is not just about feeling. This love is about going in with your eyes wide open. Being intentional, following your heart, but taking your brain with you. I have an interesting definition here. I don't know whether that question is still going to come up, but I just checked the Wikipedia just to have, you know, there's always this phrase of people are falling in love. You are falling in love. So I checked the Wikipedia, and funny enough, I want to read out the definition of falling in love. Wikipedia says falling in love is the development of a strong feeling of attachment and love, usually towards another person. This term is metaphorical. It's a metaphor, emphasizing that the process, like the physical act of falling, is sudden, uncontrollable, and leaves the lover in a vulnerable state, similar to when you fall ill or when you fall into a trap. That's how people that's how they define falling in love. You can imagine. So it
actually means total surrender.
Total surrender. So it's rather you walk in love. It's not something that you can classify as being uncontrollable. Though because of the lot of emotions that are into play, lot of the hormones that are being released into the system, the oxytocin, the dopamine, the serotonin, the feel-good hormone, that means in that particular situation, yes, follow your heart, but take your brain with you. And when you are taking your brain with you, in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. There are some things that might be in your own blind side, but the counsels around you, people around you, might be able to open your eyes and let you see. So when you are taking your brain with your brain with you in a relationship, it's just like driving on a tarred road. But immediately you notice those bumps, those speed bump on the way, automatically you slow down. That's taking your brain with you. You just don't feel like pressing the accelerator and moving on. Those speed bumps are there for a reason. They are there to tell you to slow down. Not necessarily stop, but slow down. Slow down and reassess your situation. So when you are being intentional about your love, you should open your eyes wide open. Get good counselors, good counsel around you, so that even when you are in your feelings, it's as if you are being blindsided. You'll be able to listen to the voice of reason. And another thing, when this oxytocin is released, is during sexual activities. Sexual activities. And funny enough, it's like a two-edged sword. And when this is released, it's kind of blind you to see the other's fault, to accept the others for who he is, for you to stop making excuses for that particular person. I think among something that oxytocin can easily do, can easily do when you are in a relationship, it makes you trust that other person blindly. It makes you, you gaze at each other, making lovey-dovey look at each other. It gives you empathy. When people are even telling you, this is what I see, you're saying, it's not like that. It makes you overlook some act of infidelity. It gives you a positive relationship memories. You tend to forget all the bad side. That's what oxytocin does. And that's why we are clamoring for, purity. Celibacy, not just celibacy, purity before marriage. So that at least when you are following your heart, you are taking your brain with you. And unfortunately, this same oxytocin that is released during sexual activities, this is what couples need. Because when you copulate more, you tend to bond together more. And all these attributes that oxytocin gives, you are able to take advantage of it in a marital relationship. You trust your spouse the more. You look at each other lovey-dovey. You remember the positive part of your relationship the more. There is a reason why God sanctions sex in a marital relationship. So that is very important, and we need to take note. And it is only when you invest in knowledge that you get to learn all this and get to know that when in love or when in a relationship, it is in phases, especially a marital relationship.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just remembered I was going to ask a question, and I will link it up with this particular question as well. I was going to ask when we're talking about it before I lost you that time. Okay, so is once you're in love with someone, is intimacy and commitment now automatic? Because you're in love with this person and you've gotten married. Does it mean that intimacy and commitment is automatic?
No. It is not automatic. It is not automatic at all. That is part of the work that both parties need to do. That is part of the work that both parties need to do to build intimacy. I think I learned once, from another. Are we still on?
Yes. We can hear you.
Okay. Talking about intimacy, that for you to develop intimacy, it does not just come up like that. It's something that you have to be intentional about. You have to be intentional about it. You have to be intentional. You have to learn how to trust each other. You have to learn how to trust each other. And by trust, it's not just by, why don't you trust me? It's by the action over time. Love, trust is earned. It's not automatic. Because both of you need to sit down and see, what does trust mean to your partner? What do you need to do to build trust in your partner, that over time your partner will grow to trust you? Then being intentional too. There are so many things you need to do. Just like I always tell people, when we are talking about love, love can die and love can grow. And when we are talking about love growing, love can grow. I call them the 3 A's. Love can grow by showering it with attention. Love can grow by showering it with affection. Love can grow by showering it with affirmation, validation. So there are a lot of things that you can do in that marital relationship to grow your love. And the place of acceptance cannot be underemphasized. It cannot be overemphasized. You need to accept each other, and you need to have that willingness to be better. Not just for your spouse, not just for yourself, to be a better version of yourself. That is very key. So when we are talking about intimacy, it does not just happen like that. Couples have to be intentional. And that's what we need to learn. We need to learn about relationship. There's another analogy that we usually talk about, that when you are in a marriage, maybe you just got married, it's just like having a tear nylon car, a brand new car. That car is perfect in all sense, but it has to be serviced. It even comes with a manual. It has to be serviced on a regular basis. When we are talking about marital relationship, you have to know what love means to each other. You have to know the love language of your partner. You have to know how she interprets love. You have to know how he interprets love. And you need to learn how to deposit into their love plan. That's another way of building intimacy. I remember sometimes ago, I was counseling a couple, and the wife was so bitter. She was complaining bitterly that her husband doesn't have time for her. The husband doesn't take care of them. The husband, the man he couldn't understand it. He couldn't understand. He now told me that, Mrs. O, can you imagine this lady? Is she not being ungrateful? We just came back from a vacation from Ghana. We just came back from a vacation with the kids and everyone. And the wife put in that she didn't ask him for a vacation. She doesn't want a vacation. She didn't want a vacation. That he could just have taken her to eatery with her kids. That kind of lady is, obviously, love language is time, quality time. She's not someone, even the man went as far as saying he just bought her a car. She said, is the car that I will eat? You can imagine, that kind of person can sound insensitive, can sound ungrateful. But it's just a misunderstanding between the husband and the wife, because he has not properly interpreted her love language. And thereby, he has been making deposits, but that check is bouncing.
In the wrong place.
Car is a bounce check. The vacation is a bounce check. And he wouldn't even have spent so much for that kind of lady. Quality time. Stay with her and the kids, spend time with them, and she's okay. The gift can come later. So we need to properly interpret each other's love language. Your wife can't understand only French, and you insist on speaking Russian. That's who you are. It's only Russian you want to speak, and that's what we say. And this is not gender sensitive. It applies to the women as well. Your husband needs gifts. He needs quality time. But you are doing acts of service, and you are complaining. Have been mopping this house this morning. Have been washing plates. Have been doing laundry. And don't you see? And the man is saying, just come and sit by me. Let's watch. So we need to correctly interpret each other's love language and speak that love language to make proper deposit in our love time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was insightful. Welcome. It's important, we can never overemphasize on the importance of understanding the love codes of our spouses and speaking these. This would actually go a long way to show our
Building
intentionality in making the
yes,
relationship to work. Thank you
that's
very
true.
much. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so one of the major needs of humans is for connection. Okay,
Hmm.
so can you love someone without being connected to the person? It's still related uh to what we just said earlier. Is it possible to love someone without being connected? So what is that kind of love called? Maybe just attraction or what or what or what or what?
Well, usually that kind of love starts with attraction. You love this person, you love everything about this person, but it is
Okay.
not enough. It is
Okay.
not
You have
enough.
to build.
You need to
Okay.
evolve. You need to know that
Okay.
person. You need
Okay.
to, and that's where the place of intimacy. Into me, you see. You need to see that
Mm,
person to create that
mm,
connection. You need
mm,
to see that person. You need to be into your mates. You need to
mm,
be in the center of their interest. You need to
mm.
build trust. There are lots of
Mm.
things you need. Because of this, our time, we won't be able to go into it at length. But there are
Yes,
lots of things. We are just talking
it's
about being intentional, being intentional. What and what are those things you need to be intentional about? The area of
mm,
communication is key as well. Even in
mm,
communicating how we feel, what we need to be intentional.
mm, mm,
Communication is into three parts. It's actually what you say, how you say it, and when you say it. So when you say you are
mm,
communicating, I've told him, I've told her, how did you say it? When did you say it? All these go a long way of in building intimacy. And one thing
mm,
it does that when you build intimacy, a lot of the challenges in marriage, challenges of insufficiency, maybe of lack, challenges of so many, I think I have them the different eyes, challenges of interference, of in-laws, challenges of infidelity, challenges of infertility, challenges, all those challenges. When you are at that place of intimacy, when the two of you are a team, all these challenges are surmountable. These are
mm,
challenges that can easily break homes. But
mm,
at the place of intimacy, you have to be deliberate. Have to be deliberate to build it. So love is not enough. That you love
mm,
someone, I tell you, without that connection, without that intimacy, is a matter of time. It's a
mm,
matter of time because that love will be challenged. And
mm,
when things fall apart, the center will not be able to hold. You will find out
mm,
that love, that feeling, is not enough.
mm. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's just, to make people see because we get into married and we just expect things to just, pan out,
So
just work automatically all by
live
itself.
happily ever after. That's the
Exactly,
myth that
exactly.
has been sold to us. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love him, but he loves me, and that
We
takes us
love
to the
each
next
other.
I still we love each other. So does being in love, does it make communication too automatic? Because these are areas where issues comes up.
No.
You are in love, you just
Mhm.
feel automatically, and then you are there, you're like, this guy does not talk, this lady just doesn't talk. We can be together for 1 2 hours and we don't say anything to each other. So,
Exactly, exactly. I remember
so
that happens when I got married, and the issue is that we all grew. We won't remain at that state where we are, and we need to grow together. And the area of our personality, different in personality, different in temperament, cannot be overemphasized as well. And that's where the place of knowing comes into play. And we are talking about communication. Is it automatic? No, it's not. It's not.
mm,
Someone like me, I'm someone that says it as it is. I say it as I see it. I don't, most of the time, that was me in the past.
quotes.
I don't see whether it's affecting you or not. I just believe I'm saying the truth. I'm saying my truth. I'm saying it the way it is. But we have to consider the feeling of the other party. If there is
Person.
no connection, the tendency to say it as it is in quote is there. And you end up hurting the other party. and the person will completely forget the message you are trying to pass across, and we hold on to the hurt. So like when you're talking to a melancholic, these are detail-oriented people. Little thing gets to them. They remember things. Little things are big deal to them. You don't talk anyhow. Because whatsoever you say will be held against you in the court of law and public. They will remember it 10 years to come, 20 years to come. No wonder the Bible was saying in the scripture, it said, deal with her according to knowledge. It goes both ways. Deal with him according to knowledge. You know what you can say to hurt your spouse. Why say it? Or why say it at that time? Or why say it in that way? So when we are talking about communication, you need to learn it. I need to begin to learn. Because I notice it's not only my husband that have the issue with it, even my kids have issue with it. So before I say anything, I practice first now. I think about the other party. What is the message? How am I passing it across? Will the person be hurt? How will the person see it? All these are being intentional. And for what reason? So that you can maintain that connection, you can maintain that intimacy. Because when intimacy is lost, you have as much as lost that person. The person might not separate from you physically, but spiritually the person is gone. The person is close up. There's nothing you are saying that they are listening to. It's as if everything you are saying, they just give the expression as if they are listening. They are no more there. And it's because they have been hurt over time by what we have said. We have to go and retrace our steps, study our partner, study, it might even be your children, study him or her. I have 3 kids. I don't talk to them in the same way because I've come to learn, see their temperament. Are we back? Can you hear me?
Yes, we're back. Yes, okay. Yes, I can hear you.
So that is using the illustration of our children. How much more your spouse? At a point, I thought my husband was just being difficult. Everything I say, he said he doesn't like the way I said it. I might have a point, but the way I said it hurt him. I'm wondering what hurt him. I'm saying the truth. I'm saying the truth. But when we begin to have kids, and they are, some of them begin to, now they are all teenagers, and they flare up, say, Mommy, I don't like what you say. You make me feel. It's their feeling. They own it. That's how they feel about it. That doesn't mean what I said. That doesn't make it right. Because I'm trying to communicate to them, but I've already lost them. Immediately, I'm attacking the person and not the issue. So when we are talking to the place of communication, you now understand that we have to be intentional about it. Your tonality, the message, and how you say it and the time you say it. And all this comes from the place of knowledge. Knowledge. And if you fail to learn, you continue to have issues. And this issue begins to attack the intimacy and the foundation of your relationship. And you see a lot of people, they can't just sustain the marriage again.
Wow.
Marriage is work.
Wow.
Teamwork.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So for for people that are just planning to get marriage is not a place you go to and then you relax. Oh, I've conquered already, and that's the end. It is like you're just starting school. A school that has no end, and you have to keep going from
a good school. Two are better than one. You can learn together.
Exactly.
In an atmosphere of love and willingness to get better.
Exactly. It has wonderful dividends. It has one. You have to
keep going wonderful dividends.
Yes. When you graduate from one class, you go to the next. So
exactly.
Yeah. And then how we handle this communication too goes a long way. It goes into parenting as well. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yeah, still from another angle, I'm sure it's still around the same thing we are cycling, but we need to just emphasize what's the relationship between love and action, because some people can say I love you and die. They can say I love you 1 million, and then the action is what's the relationship between love and action, and then how can we take ourselves truly know whether we truly love the people we claim we love or not. Is love just about the saying it? Just
Yeah, well, when we were talking the other time, I was talking about the institution of marriage, and as we all know, is instituted by God Himself. And in the holy book, for most of us that are people of faith, there is a definition of love there that says love without love. Okay, it is faith without work that is dead. Then love, we have come to learn from the scripture that love gives and love forgives. The Bible says, for God so loved the world that He gave.
Yeah, so it's an action
For
word.
God so loved the world that He gave. Love in itself is just not a feeling. It's not limited to your feeling. Love is an action word. When you say you love truly, you should be able to give and forgive. Give and forgive. Give your time, give your all, 100% to each other. So you can't claim you truly love without something dropping from you, without giving. You can't truly say you truly love without forgiving, because we all know we are human beings. Once in a while, we make mistakes. We fall short. And just like God as well, we all fall short, sometimes daily. And yet God did not disown us. And we are supposed to be His children. We are supposed to have this mind of Christ in us. And the mind of Christ gives, and the mind of Christ forgives. So when we are talking about love, we should check our love giving is our love forgiving. If your love is not giving and is not forgiving, you are yet to move to that intentional love. You are probably still at that level of selfish love. So love is an action word. When you say you love, we should be able to see. When Jesus went to when they told him that Lazarus has died, he went there. And after some time, the people commented how he loved him. They saw something. They saw something in it. So love should be seen. It can be seen. It should be seen. If you truly love, people can see, especially your partner. So you should be able to forgive and to forgive.
So
and if you say you truly love and if you truly love and your partner is not seeing it, maybe you are not giving it to her in a way she understand. That goes back to the love language.
So please let's take notes. Let's take notes. So maybe the action is not equal to the saying it when the other person is not hearing that they are loved. So we need to take note of that very well. Thank you very much. So what can people do in seemingly loveless relationships? Maybe love has died and stuffs like that. What can they do? How can they get back on track? How can love exactly come alive again in such a relationship?
Okay, I will try to address the marital relationship, and especially for those that are in faith. For those that are in faith, they know God, they have Christ, and they went into it knowing this fully well. And then life happens. And they are now at a place that they feel they are no more in love with each other. They are at a place that they feel that nothing is working. They are at the place that they are considering whether to stay or to stray. I'm addressing this to them. Don't give up. In the beginning, it was not so. When both of you were saying, I do, there's a reason why you said, I do. Forsaking all others. Forsaking all others. There's a reason why you got to that stage. And then the Bible says something that at the scent of water, the plant will flourish again. I don't know who you are, or don't know where you are, and you think the love is gone. I think I said it earlier on in this program, love grows. At the scent of water, it can be revived. Especially if both of you are holding on to God and you have the mind of Christ, don't give up. There are steps to take. There is that aspect of being intentional, and you can revive that love. You mentioned a statement that when love disappears, and I say love can reappear. Love can reappear. Love can reappear. You know, until we get to that place that we can love unconditionally, and then we see marriage for what it is.
It is.
It's a destiny. It's about destiny. It's about building destiny. And
Not
if you
just
can
what
love
we have
your
to
child, yes, if you can love your child, I don't know what your child can do to you that we say the love has died. The love between you and that child, it has died. You don't love the child again. I don't know. So love can be revived, and it's just a change in perspective. Sometimes you said nothing has any meaning except the meaning we attach to it. Sometimes that's why we are talking about intimacy. Into me you see. Until we start seeing from that partner's perspective, we start seeing what he is saying. He starts seeing what she is saying, and we are having a different perspective until we have empathy for each other. I know that this love, in the beginning, it was not so. What happened? What happened? Can we retrace our steps? And how is our commitment to making things work? I tell you, that love can be revived. That love. It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. There's a scripture. There was a time that Jesus was washing the feet of his disciples. But when he got to Peter, Peter said, no, you won't wash my feet. I won't allow you. For what? You are not my servant. I won't allow you. But Jesus made a statement that unless I wash your feet, you won't have a part in me. And when he had that, he said, not only my feet, wash my hands too. A change in perspective. You now have an understanding of what happened. There was someone that was giving an illustration as well, that it was late in the night. He entered an Uber. It was very late in the night. He entered an Uber that was supposed to take him to his house. But he noticed one thing. The Uber driver, that he usually sits in front with the Uber driver, was chewing chewing gum. And you know there is some irritating sound that chewing chewing gum can bring. The guy said he was so irritated, he was forced to burst out. Now, what kind of nonsense is this? You are not being professional. How can you be eating chewing gum? It's irritating, it's this and that. You know, he really flared up, he was really angry and everything. And the guy gently replied that I'm very sorry. This is my night duty. And usually when I have a night duty, I sleep a day during the day so that I will have a clear eye. But for one reason or the other, I wasn't able to sleep during the day. And that's why I'm showing this chewing gum so that I won't sleep up. Immediately he had. He said, please, do you have a chewing gum to give me too? I will shoot. Both of us will be chewing. I am not ready to die. Do you see a change in perspective? Do you see a change in that feeling? And it's all about changing perspective. It's a change in understanding. And so if we can only see from that other person's point of view, we have a change of perspective and we are all ready to do the work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's all about our understanding, opening up to the fact that two are better than one. We achieve much more together. We achieve much more when we work together, when we are teammates, when we are vulnerable. Our lives are better off than all the other benefits that we think, we derive by being selfish, by hiding things from our spouses. A lot of things. There's much more benefit in being vulnerable, in allowing the marriage to work according to God-ordained principles than holding back. So if we're able to open our minds to all these benefits, we'll realize we have much more to gain than to lose in all the vices that we get ourselves into individually in marriage. And so we have to come to the point of realizing and knowing that marriage is about putting in 100% unconditionally, on both sides. There has to be willingness on both sides, not just being one-sided, because we have a lot of one-sided, relationships here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, can I quickly say something?
Okay.
What you said just now brought to mind that we have a lot of one-sided relationships. Another thing I will want to advise each and every one of us about, either you are the wife or you are the husband, we need to be able to make our marital relationship safe for our spouse. A lot of relationships are one-sided because the other party doesn't know what to say. It doesn't know how the other party will flare up if I say this. It doesn't know how that it will degenerate into something worse. And some are just peace-loving. They don't want to be confrontational. They don't want to. We should get to that point that we accept each other for who we are. It's not to accept the bad things that we are doing, but to accept that I know you. I empathize with you. I want you to get better. I want to be better. Create a safe atmosphere. Let's create a safe atmosphere in our home that he will know you have his back. She will know you have his back. So that both of you will be open and not ashamed. A lot of people are afraid to be open because they don't want to be ashamed. But we have to make our relationship a safe haven. The word is harsh as it is. We are a team. Whatsoever happens, let's bring it out. Table it out. And let us believe in each other that I'm for you. We are a team. I'm for you. People that play football understand it more. We are a team. Even when the whole world is against you, this marriage, we are together. Two are better than one. I have your back, you have my back. Yes, you might have done this. Yeah, this might not be working, but let's provide a safe haven in our home. And let's take courage. Let's take courage and come out. Let's be open. Let's be intimate. Into me, you see. Let's see into our bed. Let's create that connection. Let's be intentional. At first, it might not be easy, but continue to do it over time. Don't give up. And it is the Spirit of God in us both to will and to do of His good will. And God will back up that home in Jesus' name.
Amen. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. And just a quick one. If you know you are holding back on love due to one thing or the other, maybe things in your past, you may need to see a counselor, you may need to see a trusted therapist.
Yes, yes. To walk you through. Yes.
That in here. Just sort to chip that in. Any question? Any question? Any question? Our time is fast spent. Any question? We've had a really insightful section this evening. Any question?
Thank you for having me.
Any question? Okay. Just before we go, I want to introduce my book once again. This is Dear Bella. It's for it's a fearless guide to becoming the extraordinary lady. For every young lady out there, you can buy it as birthday gifts. For girls from 13 years and above. It's highly beneficial. And this also for young couples about to wed. Yeah, it's highly recommended. Thank you very much. You can always send me a DM to get your copy. Thank you. So I want to say thank you very much to our host for the insight section. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We love you. Thank you very much. And to everybody that showed up today, I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you. I love you all. Have a most beautiful weekend. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.